Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a tutorial for you using the NATASHA DENONA Camel palette. This was in my favorites video this month and I've been talking about it here and there on social media. I adore this palette, you guys. I know it doesn't look like anything special, but let me tell you, this has been what I've been grabbing the most lately because it is just so easy. And although it's just like basic neutrals and browns, I don't know what it is, but it's just a special palette. So this is not the look that I typically create. I wanted to create something a little bit more glamorous than I've been normally doing, because I started this video off doing what I normally do, but then I thought, you know what, this kind of looks like every tutorial that I do, so I wanted to mix it up just a tiny bit. If you want to see the everyday look that I've been using, let me know and I'm happy to film that as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've got my hair pulled back. I like to use these little scrunchies when I'm doing my makeup, like if I've styled my hair and I don't want to get a ponytail crease in it, because these, I know I've talked about them before, but they don't leave a crease in your hair, which is awesome. So obviously I have on pretty much most of my makeup except my eye makeup. I'm going to start by priming my eyes, and today I'm using the Revlon Colorstay eyeshadow primer. Oh, you know what? I want to talk about my nails because I know I'm going to get some comments about these. So I just decided to do chrome the other day. I'm going to talk while I do makeup. I had always been, like, I'd always liked it. I always kind of talked myself out of it. But I was getting my nails done and I was going with a dark maroon color, and I was getting SNS, so that's like the colored acrylic that they dip your finger in. And then I was watching Angie Hot and Flashy. I think it was her monthly favorites video, and it looks like she has chrome nails in that video. They're like silver, and I just could not take my eyes off of her nails. So I decided to live on the edge, and I got them done then. Plus, I'm going to Vegas this weekend, so I thought if there's any time to have chrome nails, it is when you're in Vegas. But I do like it. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. So what it is the like maroon color that you're seeing is the SNS dip acrylic. And then they take this like powder, this really metallic chromy powder, and they just rub it on your nail and kind of buff it in with like this little thing that looks like a sponge. And then they put it under and cure it underneath the light. So I think you can put it on top of, I know you can put it on top of SNS because that's what I did. And then I think you can even put it on top of shellac like gel. So basically you pick your normal color of polish, and then you pick your chrome, and they have like gold one. I mean, they had probably 10 different chrome colors. So it's going to look different depending on, you know, the normal nail polish color you have, but I think it's so cool. Okay, so now that I've put that on, I'm going to highlight underneath my brow, and I could use this color in here, but I've been really oily lately, and this is pretty shimmery. So I know that it might look pretty for like an hour, but then I think it's going to look a little muddy. So I'm going to go ahead and put a matte shadow underneath my brow just to kind of highlight and brighten that up. And I'm going to use just this color here. This is the 40 Mirage Filter palette by Marc Jacobs. It's like a contour and highlight powder. I really like it. The texture of this powder is really nice, and it's a great contour. So even though this isn't super bright, I'm going to put this down first, and then I'm going to go in and put the shimmery light shade from the NATASHA DENONA palette. But having that matte shade down first is going to really tone down the shimmer from this. So then I'm going to just go in and put that right underneath my brow just to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm about a week after my microblading. You can see that my brows are peeling. If you're noticing that and focusing on that, that's what it is. Today's Thursday. I had them done Tuesday of last week, so 10 days ago. So they are starting to peel. So next I'm going to go into my crease color, and I always go for this one for my crease color. These two look kind of similar, this one in the bottom, but I find that this one is just kind of the first base crease color. Sometimes I'll go in and build the other one on top of it, but I like to start with this one. And I'm just going to kind of swoosh this back and forth in my crease. Then next I'm going to go and I'm going to grab the very bottom shade, and I'm going to pack this on the outer half of my eyelid. So this will kind of build into the crease that I just built, but I'm also going to like build this onto the lid. So I'm just packing with the side of my brush. This is a 213 by MAC. Just packing. So I had my lashes refilled, and don't they look so much better than my most recent videos where they were so bare? And I talked about how I was thinking about getting rid of them, and I'm still on the fence. I've been using a lash serum to help them grow and regain their strength, and I have noticed that they are stronger and a little bit longer than before. So I don't know, I go back and forth with the whole lash extension thing. I just love the way they look, but they are quite a bit of upkeep. And when they shed, you know, it just drives me crazy when I have to wait until a fill. Then I'm going to go back and grab that crease brush I used. I didn't grab any product on this. I'm just basically going to kind of soften what I just did. So I'm kind of creating like almost a brown smoky eye. I'm taking that outer corner color a little bit further over to about the midway of my eyelid. Then next I'm going to take this shimmery bronze shade here, and I'm going to just pop it in the center of my eyelid. And I think I'm going to try my finger for this technique. I'm going to use my middle finger, and I'm just going to press, press, press. Really just pop that right here in the center of my lid. Oh, this is such a beautiful bronze coppery shade. I love the level of like depth that it has. There's a lot of copper to it, but it still is really brown. You know, it's not so orangey copper. Okay, then next I'm going to brighten the inner corner of my eye, and for that I am going to use the lightest shimmery shade here in the palette. And the brush that I'm using is perfect for my eye shape and for the inner corner because you can see that it's really small and dense and precise. So I'm just going to load my brush up and go in and just pop that right there in the inner corner. Now because there is such a difference between that color and the bronze that I just did, I am going to have to go back and kind of blend the two so you don't have this like really, you know, harsh transition between the two colors. So I think in order to do that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to take this brush and go into the bronze shade, and we're just going to have to go right over that lighter shade, really to just blend the two together. And then what's ending up happening is that lighter shade is almost becoming just an inner corner highlight, which is fine. Okay, then next I'm going to go back in with the shade that I put on the outer half of my lid, and I'm going to just get a little bit on the tip of my brush and kind of just blend in the crease a little bit to kind of deepen that crease. I have been so oily lately. I don't know what is going on, but my skin has been so oily. So I'm just trying to like figure out what products are working best and kind of tweak my foundation routine, because things that I used to love and that used to be long wearing on me are getting really shiny, which actually kind of brings me back to that review that I did recently on the Vula foundation. It was so weird because I had been using that before I filmed that foundation review, and I liked it more so than it turned out in the review. So I don't know, I think my skin has just been changing. I need to play with that one a little bit more. The company actually sent me a message. They saw the video and they gave me some feedback on ways that I could make it work using a like oil-free moisturizer, a moisturizer that's more mattifying. So I think I'm going to do that. So if you have oily skin, let me know what your favorite products are for like primers and skincare before as you prep your skin for foundation, because I would love to know. I think I'm going to be needing to get some of that soon. So next I'm going to line my upper lash line, and I'm using my good old trusty DHC black liquid liner pen. And I'm just going to kind of start. I usually start right in the center of my lid, and then I just kind of drag it out. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of run my clean wand through my lashes to kind of brush them out. My lash lady is just amazing, you guys. If you live in Austin, there are two lash gals that I highly recommend. I will have them linked down below. One is my girl COLLEEN, and then one is one that I just recently found when I had to, when I missed my appointment with COLLEEN and I couldn't get back in. I found another gal who is kind of in the River Place area who's fantastic, so I'll have her info down below. Okay, so next I'm going to line my inner of my eye, and I am using the Wet n Wild Brow Highlighter Pencil. And I'm just going to run this right inside. Okay, so I forgot to bring a pencil for my lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of eyeshadow primer underneath there, just so that I can have the shadow show up more intensely so it looks more like an eyeliner, because I do want a little bit of definition there. A little stiff brush like this, and I'm just going to run it right underneath my lash line. Okay, and then for my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with the In shade here, and we're going to pop that right on the lower lash line. So this look would be really pretty if you wanted to add like a vibrant, like bright turquoise or blue on the lower lash line, or purple. And I do want a pretty smoky liner down there, so I'm going to kind of go back and forth and really pull that down a little bit lower than I normally do. Last is mascara for the lower lashes. I am using the Benefit Real Lash Mascara. I really like this mascara, you guys, and I mean, I know I can only use it on my lower lashes, but it really does a great job of separating and lengthening. I basically have like no lower lashes, and using this mascara really helps give me length down there, and also, but still separates, like they don't get too clumpy, which is important to me, especially on the lower lash line. Now I do have a bit of lip color on from this morning. I'm not even sure what it was, but I'm going to top it off with the Urban Decay Backtalk lipstick. I really like this color, you guys. Let me kind of pop up here with my little seat. There we go. Such a pretty color. It's a really good, easy color to throw on. It's one of those colors that I think pretty much will work on any skin tone. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add a tiny bit of gloss. This is the Laura Mercier Lip Glaze in the color Bear Baby. These are like some of my favorite lip glosses. They smell so amazing. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. And they are really thin. I like them a lot. They're not sticky at all. They're high glossy, and the smell. I think the smell is like what gets me every time on those. All right, you guys, and that wraps up this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think down below. And again, if you have oily skin, I would love to know what products you are loving, specifically like skincare and primers and foundations. I do have a couple that I really like that work well when my skin's a little bit more oily, but the products that I'm specifically having a hard time finding are primers and skincare. So please let me know down below. All right, as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.